What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the Scale News Update. This week we have got kind of a heavy week for a number of reasons. We've got a bunch of topics of new things that have come out in the last week, but then we also have a very important topic which could mean the end of RC YouTube videos, possibly. There's just a lot up in the air. That we're going to get to towards the end. But first, let's jump into the lighter side of the news and get to this week's news topics. First of all, there was a new hard body released. I saw this from Team Raffi and it's available at J-Scale. It's a Ford Bronco hard body. Not an early Bronco style, but the OBS Ford style, more square, boxy style. Looks fairly decent. Looks like J-Scale's got these for sale. You can pick them up now. Saw a couple of different versions of these. Looks like it's mainly just the hard body, not a full detailed interior or anything like that, but still another option for you hard body fans. I'll link to J-Scale's website in the description below. You can go check that out if you're interested. Then next we've got the Capra RTR. We just saw the Capra kit release and now we've got an RTR release. I think that we all assumed that an RTR would follow the kit, but it followed quickly and I assume that they'll be available shortly. The nice thing is that there doesn't really appear to be any differences between the kit version and the RTR. The RTR is basically full optioned out and it even has the dig function with the dig servo right in there, ready to go out of the box. So other than having just a simple brushed motor and a simple Dynamite ESC, it's just basically exactly as the kit was. You pay more because it is assembled. It does come with tires. It comes with the Nitto Trail Grappler tires, which are a marginal tire from Axial. They've had better. They've had worse too, but they've had better. So, you've got a set of tires. You can pull it out of the box, plug a battery in, and absolutely get to driving with it. So interesting to see that they released that so quickly. A nice option for people who aren't looking to source their own electronics and probably end up spending more in the end to actually, if they didn't have the equipment already to put one together. The retail cost on this is over $400. So it is a significant amount more than the kit version, but like we said, comes with the full electronics with a 3-channel radio and tires. So there's a number of things there that are included that weren't in the kit, so therefore we do see that price jump. Previously, I had missed that Kyosho has a new version of the Blizzard, which is a tracked RC vehicle that you can, made for snow or terrain that tracks would be a better choice than normal wheeled vehicles, or just you want to drive something with tracks. The Blizzard's been kind of one of the only options of RC vehicles that you could buy and run. Now they've got a ready to run version. This is the 2.0, so a little bit of an update to a handful of things there, and you can actually pick up this thing pretty affordably. So if you've ever been looking for a tracked vehicle, now might be the time since you've just got a brand new updated version. And then we've got a teaser from Arrma. Now the teaser is showing a date, I think, of this Thursday for an official release. So you should see that soon. Now there's been a number of speculations that this is going to be an X-Max competitor for Arrma. There's been a leaked photo, which basically looks like an Arrma version of an X-Max next to an X-Max. That's been kind of floating around the internet, so I'm assuming that's what it is. Before I actually saw that image and just kind of saw the dirt video teaser that they did, to me, I could have swore it looked like a rally car, which I thought would have made some sense, basically kind of with the infraction platform, maybe a shortened version, but with some, little meatier tires, maybe adjusted for clearance a little bit more. Who knows? But to me, before seeing it, I thought rally car, but most likely it is that X-Max competitor, as obviously Arrma doesn't have something to fill that portion of the market, and the X-Max has been a fairly popular vehicle. So if I was to bet, I would say we'll see that on Thursday. If I was really hoping though, I'd want to see a rally car. And then another one, which isn't scale, but just kind of a sign of the times, Traxxas is releasing an unassembled kit version of the Stampede 4x4. They obviously saw enough success with the TRX4 line in an unassembled kit version that they decided to release one of their other popular models in an unassembled kit. We're making progress with Traxxas. We got them to do a scale rig. Great. We got them to do a kit version of a scale rig, even better. Now we're starting to see kits kind of find their way through the Traxxas line. Personally, it seems like a step in the right direction. I like to see it. I didn't necessarily think I needed a Stampede 4x4, but if they're going to release a kit, maybe I'll pick one up. And then we've got a new release from Fast Eddy Bearings, and this is a stainless steel extreme trail version of the Fast Eddy bearings. This is an all stainless steel bearing as far as the outer race, the inner race, the actual balls and cage that go in between there, and rubber seals. So now if you're one who runs in a lot of water or mud or things like that, bearings are always the biggest factor in that type of situation. They get rusted and they start to slow down because of that type of thing. This should help prolong you even further down the line. So if you are a fan of mud and water, or you run in snow, anything like that, switching to a set of stainless bearings may be a good fit for you. Right now these are available for the SCX-10 as well as a couple of other kits. Check the website out, you can find all of the information there. And then we're going to get into the heavy part of this video and how it could affect all of the RC content that you may be interested in on YouTube. Right now, there's new regulations rolling out having to do with COPPA, which is the Child Online Privacy Protection Act. This was actually drafted or passed in like 1998. So a 20-year-old law, and it's actually just coming around to actually affect us now. YouTube recently lost a lawsuit with the FTC on this for $170 million. And now with that and with the FTC's new guidelines, they're really going to start to roll out their new rules. Now, this isn't YouTube's new rules. This is the government's new rules and how they think these things need to be handled. Going through all the information on this, there's some things that could really put us RC content creators at risk. So what COPPA is trying to do is trying to find anything that is child-oriented or child-appealing and just really restrict its availability on the internet. And what's really dangerous about that is the word child appealing. My videos are not child oriented. I think that I'm speaking to adults. Now, I speak in a family friendly way because I don't think you need to worry about having your kid or your nephew or your brother, your sister, anybody around you while you're watching one of these videos. That's not the kind of content I'm trying to make, but I do feel that I'm speaking to adults when I'm making these videos. And while all of the boxes of all of the RCs that I've got in this room say 14 plus on the box, if the FTC finds that these are toys and lumps them into regular toys that are child appealing, then our videos could all get flagged in this way. And if they get flagged, it is a complete disaster for RC content. For instance, if I were to put up a video that gets flagged as child appealing or child oriented, there'd be no notification. So if you are subscribed, you wouldn't get a notification saying I got a video. If you logged on, you wouldn't see my video in your feed. Comments would be removed from the videos, so there would be no interaction. I would have no idea what you guys thought of stories or thought of the content at all. The videos would become non-searchable. So if this video got flagged as child content, then you could not go onto YouTube and type Scale News Update. The videos just would not show up. As I mentioned, the videos wouldn't show up in the suggested or recommended videos, maybe on your homepage or on the sidebar or after a video that you're watching. And also along with that, the creator will see about 90% less revenue. The revenue side of the whole equation is not my concern. If all of my YouTube revenue went away, it would suck. But if I was still able to reach people with my content, I can figure out the revenue side without having to ask you guys for money. But if I can never get my content in front of people, then all of it is pointless. And all of this is retroactive. So any older video I have, if they find that to be child oriented, all of that information that I've put together and curated and thought was good enough information to put in a video for you guys to possibly be able to reference in the future as far as programming a radio or an ESC. If they say that that's for a toy vehicle, then you may not be able to search for that information to possibly help you figure out a problem that you may have. The FTC put out a document that they call a survey to what is child content. And you can kind of go through and it gives you a guideline of things that if you can answer yes to this or yes to this or yes to this, then it would be child content. And in that document, if you go down to the second section, there's a part that says anything that's child appealing. Well, if someone from the FTC looks at a super high level at one of these vehicles and says, It's like a toy truck, it's like a Tonka truck, something like that, and just says that that's child appealing then. Or in general, if a kid sees an RC car, it may be appealing to them. Real cars are appealing to children. All kinds of things are enjoyed by adults and children. In there, they also list things specifically like games and computer games, obviously things that are enjoyed by all ages. Cartoons, which specifically seems like a no-brainer, except they're just taking all of cartoons and putting it into a bubble. Rick and Morty or South Park, that's as far from kid-oriented as could be. But if they see an animated figure in a thumbnail, they can now say that that is kid-oriented. They also list in that same section sports, which seems crazy. Yes, kids can enjoy sports, but so do adults. Toys, which is the biggest one. If they call this a toy, then what? Arts and crafts, stories, and pets. It's so vague that, and you can't necessarily just assume that they're going to take and spend any time to learn with what we're doing here, and that these things are not oriented at children. You're looking at possibly $1,000, $2,000 radio control car, but then where do they draw the line? Is a Walmart Nyko car at $59 a toy, $100 a toy? What about when you get now $159 Red Cat? Like, where does that then jump? Are they going to spend any time to figure out what hobby grade is versus what is clearly toy grade, and do they care? And then they talk about language that's used in videos. And the things that they reference in that section are words like fun, cool, duh, free stuff, games, like insane verbiage that they think that then makes things child-oriented. And why duh made the list. And then just certain visual characteristics of a video can also trigger it. They state bold or fast-moving graphics. We see that in all kinds of videos now. Bright or vibrant colors. I paint everything orange. I don't paint free candy on the side at the same time. We just like things to be eye-catching in general. Black RC cars don't video well. That's why you will rarely ever see me with an all-black vehicle. The full FTC conference is available. It's long and annoying and so frustrating to watch, but if you would like to watch it, I'll link in the description below. Recently, content creators like myself had to go on and we had to select if our videos are aimed towards children's content or not. Now, I personally selected that my videos are not aimed as children's content. Now, if the FTC is to disagree with me, I could be at risk of fines. Fines of up to $42,000 per video if they feel that I am in the wrong with how I am, visualizing the content that I'm doing and the subject matter specifically. Now, again, this is not YouTube's rule. This is the FTC. This is the FTC doing this. This is not YouTube. YouTube did do a kind of cursory sweep on their own recently and flagged a number of different content creators' videos as child content, but it was not consistent. It's hard to really gauge. None of my videos personally got flagged, and I haven't heard of any other RC content creators yet that have been flagged. But there are some other areas that have similar characteristics to our genre that did get flagged. One was figurine collectors of like high-end type things that they would not be a child's toy. These are extremely expensive, highly detailed, almost like little works of art. Not something I'm interested in, but just through my research on this subject, something I found. These are $1,000+ figurines, and those are getting flagged as child content because they say that they're a doll. I've seen Hot Wheel collectors whose videos have been flagged. Now, kids do play with Hot Wheels, I do see that, but this is about Hot Wheel collectors, and it's just this, and not all Hot Wheel videos are getting flagged, just some. It doesn't make a lot of sense there. The Lego community is getting hit really hard across all videos. That one's going to be a very tough market, and there's a lot of big content creators in there. Jang, who used to be with RC Universe, now has a huge Lego channel, and he put out a video on this subject last week discussing it and how it's going to affect them. It's It could absolutely just wipe off that genre's ability to produce content that is then able to be found by people who would like to watch it, who could be adults or could be children. Now, even I joked about this initially, just saying like, well, I guess I'll just start cussing as soon as the video starts to just, obviously not for kids. And you could put a warning on the very first thing of your video. The very first frame that pops up is a warning, not for children, and throwing a bunch of F-bombs right away. Doesn't matter. It doesn't have to do necessarily with exactly how you do it in the video. It is the subject matter. If they think that that thumbnail or whatever you're trying to do is something that kids would then be attracted to watch, you could be hit with it. So starting your video by saying this is for 14 and over doesn't matter. Now this obviously affects me in ways because I'm trying to produce content. Yes, I make money on YouTube every month. I don't make money, like this is not a venture that makes me a lot of money. I make money by working every day, and then I get to do this on the side, and my work also affords me to have certain opportunities that allow me to do this even easier. I'm very, very lucky. In the end, I will still get to work with RC vehicles every day. And I could produce the same content I have, upload it to YouTube, and then host it on my website. But the whole point is you go to YouTube to watch videos. You don't go to YouTube necessarily to watch my videos. You go there to see what's new from the people you like to watch. And hopefully I fall somewhere in that list of interesting creators that you've curated to watch on a daily or weekly, monthly basis, whatever it is. So I highly doubt that I could get even 1% of my viewership to go check my website every day, week, or month for new videos that I've put out. Some of you, I'm sure would, and I appreciate everything that you guys have helped to do for the channel. But I also know that all of you are busy, and it's probably not the first thing that most of you are thinking about. The good news is that the FTC has extended the public comment time for this act. So you can follow the link that I'll put in the description below, and you can go submit your comments about this. If you do, please be courteous in how you word it. Give your honest opinion, but using strong or vulgar language is not going to help anybody's point. If you can, absolutely go submit your comments. Also, there is a petition on change.org that I will also list below. Click it, simply put your name, email address, that's it. I've signed a ton of petitions on change.org for a number of different things. Never has it ended up with a bunch of spam mail or anything like that. So please, if you can, go click through those two links. And if you find time to do one or the other, drop it in the comments below. Maybe it will help this video travel a little bit further and just get that much more traction in the RC industry. It's not just our area of this that could be affected. It could be anybody who plays with toys. Never, ever again, I guess, am I going to call these things toy trucks. Evidently, I apologize forever about calling... Evidently, I should have never joked calling them that, because who knew that parenting would have to now be done by the FTC. So anyway, hopefully I can trim this insane babbling rant down to something that's watchable for you guys. I appreciate all of your guys' support on the channel. These rules are supposed to take effect January 1st. Hopefully after that time, my stuff is still visible. If not, who knows what the future for my channel and content will be. But until then, come back next Tuesday for the Scale News. I'll keep trying to pump out videos until then, just in case. As always, guys, I truly appreciate all of your guys' support on the channel. It's been great. We just hit 40,000 subscribers not too long ago. Amazing. I really hope that the ride isn't over. Again, I truly thank you guys for spending the time watching these videos. Thanks again. You know the rest. See you guys next time.